tight-knit and safe community up until now. They still don't know why this happened.
To see him leave here this way has been very hard.
Now here is another look at the suspect police are looking for, as well as that getaway car only being described as a gray Honda. Anyone with any information being urged to call authorities. We do want to mention that authorities say that suspected shooter should be considered armed and dangerous. Reporting live here in Smyrna tonight, I'm
media platforms have to take responsibility. They must be more vigilant in monitoring the content, and they must be held accountable for favoring engagement over public safety.
New York's Attorney General is looking into a probe about social media sites that were used by the gunman in planning the mass shooting. The suspect returns to court tomorrow.
Weapons as well as maps of the Tops grocery store where the attack took place. The Broome County District Attorney now says
Governor Hochul is ordering the state police to investigate violent extremism cases online. She's also calling on the Attorney General to go after social media platforms that allow hate speech. Here at home, a federal grand jury
followed up with the defendant trying to get clarification, and he indicated that he was just joking and said LOL. This was all on a message online class.
Questioning led to Gendron being taken for a psychiatric evaluation.
Hours of July 31st, Foxworth repeatedly shot into the Shell gas station on Terrell Boulevard in Jonesboro as people were both inside and sitting out by the business.
Said Mr. Foxworth, who is white, is motivated to shoot the people inside of the stores because of their perceived race, color, or national origin.
While Clayton County Police responded to this gas station for reports of a shooting, officers heard more shots coming from just down the street at this gas station on Mount Zion Road. Both stores are located near Foxworth's home.
Both stores were open for business and occupied at the time of the shooting.
Investigators say Foxworth was driving with an open alcohol container in his car, and they spotted him weaving in and out of traffic. During a traffic stop, police say officers found a bag of ammunition, including spent shell casings, inside the car. As he was taken into custody, police tell us he told officers he didn't like people of color and that it was a hate crime and a targeted hit.
Officers in that development activists call Cop City. Look closely. You'll see what appears to be a bottle in the air just before it crashed to the ground near the fence in a small ball of fire. Atlanta police released this video after protesters denied they threw rocks and incendiary devices at officers. The police were trying to escort authorized contractors to the future police and fire training facility.
Criminal activity is not protest. Criminal activity is just that, and we will arrest individuals that attempt to harm our officers.
APD says the activists are camped out in the woods of the 85-acre property. Officers arrested 7 people in their 20s and 30s, and they're from the Midwest and Eastern U.S.
Popular steakhouses, now the subject of an hours-long investigation. We mentioned Piedmont is blocked off. It's the northbound lanes from East Paces Ferry Road all the way down to Peachtree. Now, I'm just going to give you some perspective here. This is viewer video from when this shooting took place around 7 o'clock. Just take a look. This is from inside the restaurant, just moments after the gunfire. We've slowed it down and cut it before it shows anything gruesome. Now, police have been interviewing everyone who was inside the restaurant at the time of the shooting. Not even 30 minutes ago, they told us where this investigation stands. Just listen to this.
Again, the officers were responding to a 911 call by the business. The individual was back. And also they saw that
Now, we've been working sources all evening. A witness who couldn't speak over the phone as she was still inside sent me a message on Twitter saying a man came inside the restaurant and was belligerent. Atlanta police confirm employees called 911. When officers arrived, they shot him, and a security officer was hit during the gunfire as well. Now, we did speak to a former employee who says she knows the person who was shot and killed. She says current employees told her about the shooting, and she came here hoping her friend was okay.
He has no one here. He moved here by himself. So I'm here because I used to work here for one, and this is my close friend. And I don't know who's here for him outside of me, so that's why I'm here today.
Stockbridge. The GBI says that the 20-year-old is at the hospital in critical condition right now. A woman first reported a man with a gun in her home. Agents say that she knew the suspect, Joshua Valdez, but didn't elaborate further than that. Officers searched for the suspect until they found him inside a truck on private property. The GBI says deputies shot him when he got out of the truck with a firearm in his hand.
Atlanta police say video
Apparently brought an assault rifle to work at the restaurant on Camp Fulton Way. According to investigators, Jordan got into an argument with customers in the drive-thru just before 1 a.m. Police say he grabbed his rifle and came out to threaten the customers. Fox 5 was on the scene moments after it happened, and we talked to the man who argued with the employee.
Knowing that the car is right here and shooting this way at our vehicle, all I can do is really try to just ball. We really couldn't move because of the fact that they're shooting this way and he's shooting this way, and we just also got into it with the same dude. And he, like I said, he came out of the Taco Bell with the gun intentionally for us.
Jackson and his fiancée weren't hurt. Two 16-year-olds are currently fighting for their lives at the hospital following the shooting. As of tonight, the suspect
vehicles escorted them to separatist-backed towns. Russia began bombarding Mariupol 3 months ago. Since then, some 20,000 civilians have been killed. Mariupol's mayor says a humanitarian crisis is still taking place.
The city currently has no electricity supply, and it is also not possible to provide any medical treatment in the city, and there are no medications.
Meanwhile, Sweden and Finland officially applied for NATO membership today. They are facing some resistance from Turkey. The country's president alleges they support Kurdish militants his government considers terrorists. Swedish officials are defending their application. Tomorrow, President Biden will meet with leaders from Finland and Sweden.
The U.S. Embassy. According to the State Department, diplomats are returning on a permanent basis. They were relocated to the western city of Lviv shortly before Russia launched its invasion.
The first Russian soldier to stand trial for war crimes in Ukraine pleaded guilty. The 21-year-old admitted to shooting a 62-year-old Ukrainian man in the head in February. He says his unit ordered him to shoot the man to keep him from telling Ukrainian forces about the locations of Russian troops. He could get life in prison.
Noonan High School.